Nutter. I'm going to wait a few more minutes to see if anyone else will come by. You might remember I reviewed this game a month or two ago. And I thought this would be a good game to just close out the year, because originally I was looking at it to kind of do a midway between Until Dawn and Friday the 13th during Halloween, but when I actually finished playing through, I was like, this isn't scary. Not really that scary. But, yeah, take a good look at our surroundings right now. They're very different from what we're about to see. Be back in a second. Okay, we got flowers, we got a blue book bag, some posters we can't really see, and I don't think we can get up. It looks like we have a broke arm. I can't really read what's the signatures. And we have a book titled Edith Finch. It's like a journal.
A lot of this isn't going to make sense to you, and I'm sorry about that. I'm just going to start at the beginning, with the house.
Okay. Oh, and lilies. Oh.
I lived here until I was 11, but I wasn't allowed inside half the rooms.
Yeah, that is a bit strange. Awesome. Yeah. I love all the foliage they added. Oh man, look at the mailbox.
Inside the mailbox were bills from 7 years ago, marked urgent, open immediately.
Still a nice mailbox though. And it looks like the house. Yeah, you got mail. But I think it might be a bit too late for the urgent
back
ones.
since my brother Lewis's funeral.
Oh. No trespassing. This property is protected by video surveillance. Trespassers will be prosecuted.
In her will, my mother left me a key, but didn't tell me what it unlocked.
Okay.
Maybe she thought I'd know. Or she thought the mystery would be enough to bring me back.
In retrospect, this will seem kind of weird. The more we learn about the mom.
No one had driven this way in a long time, but I saw a few hoof prints.
So we're just gonna walk down this path, enjoy the weather. Oh. Yeah, I don't want to fall into that ravine.
The truth is, even after I inherited the house, I never thought I'd come back to it. But now I had questions about my family that only the house knew the answers to.
Oh, look at that basket. Well, no net. And I don't think I see a ball. But, oh, look at this truck. Tires are probably gone. The motor, well, they probably need to do a lot of work to it, doesn't this look a lot like those red trucks that have been really popular all throughout this year? It is, but, Also, this is a bit too clean. Yeah, I was actually going to expect more wear and tear.
The house was exactly like I remembered it, the way I'd been dreaming about it.
I was focusing on the truck game. But, you know, considering it's been out in the wilderness, it really does look good. Yeah, now imagine inheriting that. Especially
as a child, the house made me uncomfortable in a way I couldn't put into words.
Oh, and this is all garden.
Now, as a 17-year-old, I knew exactly what those words were. I was afraid of the house.
Okay. And that'll make a little bit more sense the farther we go in the story. Oh yeah, and something else to consider is while I'm commenting on why on why everything looks so clean, is, well, also put this into perspective, is we're playing as Edith, but we're not. She's telling the story, but she's telling the story, but we're actually hearing the story through the eyes of someone else. And no, it's not this kid. Yeah, man, this patio furniture is too perfect. I mean, there should be some algae and some discoloration. Yeah, there's a lot of missing person posters. Let's see.
I hoped the key might unlock the front door. It didn't. Looking in, I felt like the house itself had been waiting for me.
Yeah, this house definitely has a strong presence. Can we go into the garage? And they're recycled. And at least these have some wear and tear. Yeah, we're going in through a doggy door.
Crawling through the doggy door used to be a lot easier when I was 11.
Wow, there's someone's bike.
The power had been turned off the night we left.
Yeah, keep that in mind for later, because some things will start to not make sense. And let's see what kind of books we got. Let's see, Raw Fowl, Northeast Chef, Cosmic Cuisine, The Pleasures of Japanese Cooking, Book of Mushrooms. Well, nothing in the freezer. That's good. Oh, and look at that pool. Yeah, they got most of the details right, but I just wish they'd aged everything a little bit better. But then again, we are seeing through the eyes of someone else.
For the first time in years.
Oh, look at that old calendar. Oh, with customized hooks. Let's see, we have Edie, Dawn, Lewis, Milton, and Edith.
I felt like I was home.
Wow, look at all the books. And didn't she just have one of the Northeast Chef book in the garage? Not really good place for books anyway, but Yep. And there's tons of them in here. Now, surprisingly, they do not own a bookshop, if I remember right.
But instead of a family, there were just memories of one.
In loving memory of Edith Finch. December 20... Wow, he's actually younger than I am. Or... Yeah, they need bookcases. A lot of them. Okay. Why am I saying this in front of a memorial? But, okay. Beloved brother to Edith. They actually have another brother who's missing. We have not talked about him yet. Son of Dawn. That actually sounds like it'd be an interesting book on its own. Great grandson to Edie. Memorial service. Finch Family Cemetery. Yeah, the family has its own cemetery. Probably a good thing. And you notice how they skipped a generation? We'll find out why. a little bit later. Okay. Oh, and that shelf, those cabinet shelves need some work. Oh, and there's another. Oh, it's northwest shelf. And the Pacific Pantry, Flavors of India. I'm reading off these titles because some of these, as I was playing before, I kind of noticed they repeated. Witch's Kitchen, A Viking's Belly. Yes, they are. They kind of hint on a little bit about the family. A Holiday Feast. There's another Northwest Chef. Jeez, these are the same titles on some of these over and over again. And, oh, there's a picture from Walmart. Water filter. And, alright, welcome. Tasting Thailand.
Like how only one restaurant would deliver to our house, so we had Chinese a lot.
It's either that, or they were afraid they'd all want to read the book at the same time. Oh man, look at that toaster. You think they would have enough toast? Keep in mind, there were 4 people living there at one time. Well, before that 5, but you know we'll find out that later. Apple pie.
Or how after Louis started working at the cannery, we all got sick of eating salmon. Except our cat, Molly.
Oh, and yeah, there's a cat named Molly. There's actually a family member named Molly too. So try not to get confused. Surprisingly, there's no mold on these plates either. Made of meat. Walk the tempura. Sorry, some of these titles are interesting and some of them are kind of out there. And more books. I don't think I. Yeah, I think. The spines are where I can't read them. At least some of them are.
The table was still a wreck from the night we left.
Ooh.
It was like a bomb had gone off, killing everyone but sparing the furniture.
Yeah, there's a plate in the floor. Family memories. And I think these are 2 of Edith's uncles. Her uncles. One of them, because there was a set of twins. We'll find that out later. What do you think about this wallpaper? I love the lamp. Oh, there's Edie's chair. Edie was the grandmother.
My mom was the only one of us who could imagine Great-Grandma Edie living in a nursing home.
Yeah. Yeah, it also kind of reminds me of my grandma. As well as my mom. Well, we didn't end up putting her in well, I wouldn't even call a palliative care center until the last few days of her life. And my grandmother, she, it was the same thing. I mean, she had a nurse that was coming every day, and then my uncle decided to put her in a nursing home. After one of my uncles passed away. Yeah, they ran with the Finch theme, didn't they? But it's a nice cabinet.
Nothing in the house looked abnormal. There was just too much of it. Like a smile with too many teeth.
Yeah, and they should have put some more Okay. Yeah, we found more some bookshelves, but they needed more. And they didn't fill them up. Sofa looks nice, though. Well, I say sofa and it's a chair. Carpet box. Okay, old pet bed. Some yarn. The furniture doesn't really match. I kind of like the coffee table, though.
Even the fireplace had a story. Edie told me the bricks came from the original house, after it sank.
We'll find out what happened to the other house later. But I would not use books as a TV stand. Yeah, I love the fireplace too. Oh, yeah, just imagine it during Christmas, having stockings up. But I would not have used books for a TV stand. I don't think that would have worked that well. Halloween. Okay, Halloween actually has another meaning to this family too. What was that tree? Yeah, good point. More books. Man, I love reading too, but I don't think I'd ever get this bad. Okay. Yeah, there's a lot in here. And there was a family member who was in the army. Looks like we have some violins.
Mom always told me to stay out of the basement, so I wasn't too surprised when the key didn't fit. Great-Grandpa Sven built a music box for Barbara, along with the rest of the house.
Yeah, he made the whole thing, except for this fireplace, which came from the original house. It looks like they were packing in a hurry.
A lot of things got left behind in the whirlwind of that last night. My mom wasn't much of an optimist, but she never stopped believing that my brother Milton was alive.
Yeah, and this is supposed to be the library. And this also may be why we have so many books here, there, and everywhere. Because if you notice, it's sealed.
Edie told me once that every Finch who ever lived is buried somewhere in the library.
And we'll find out why so many of these rooms are sealed later. Well, in a couple minutes. The library's, well, it's actually bigger than that. It's just sealed off because of, well,
After Milton disappeared, Mom sealed up all the bedrooms.
Yeah.
Then Edie retaliated and drilled peepholes.
Yeah, this was replaced at one point. And not very well either.
I spent a lot of time playing in Great Uncle Walter's room. I think my mom sometimes regretted not sealing it up.
Yeah, we'll come back here in a minute. But look how awesome this is. Oh, and there's the original house. Underwater. More bookshelves. Bugs. And fishes. Molly.
Molly always seemed like a girl I could imagine being friends with, if she hadn't died in 1947.
Yeah, oddly enough, this is not a ghost story. Although, if you see any white figures running around that I've not noticed, please say something.
The last time I was in Edith Sr.'s room, I was 10 and she was painting my portrait.
And and that's kind of ominous looking back after having played this game already. Oh yeah, that Spin was her husband. He took her last name. I like how all the doors are different. More books. The King in Yellow. Swan's Way. Yeah, there are some throwbacks to the Unfinished Swan, which has some connections to Milton. The Metamorphosis, A Dreamer's Tale. Time and the Gods. Well, okay, there's 2 copies of the King in Yellow in the shelf. "100 Years of Solitude," Labyrinths. Yeah, I think they got the idea from that to build this. So let's see, Gregory.
As a kid, I just assumed every house had peepholes and sealed rooms you weren't allowed inside of.
Yeah, Gregory's room is a pink bathroom. We'll find out why later. Yeah, it is weird. And Calvin. Okay.
My Grandpa Sam spent 7 years sharing a room with his dead brother, Calvin.
Oh, okay. Yeah, and they were twins. And you can kind of tell they had slightly different interests. And some of these pictures are kind of telling. Yeah, these 2 are supposed to be Calvin. Yeah, they threw a ton of details in here.
Whenever people ask me about my family, the first thing they always want to know about is Barbara.
Yeah, she was a child star. And I think they're trying to model her a bit after Macaulay Culkin. Because you kind of notice how the pose between her and the first two Home Alone films. Let's see.
Mom must have locked the third floor stairs on the night we left.
Dreamer's Tale, 100 Years of Solitude. From Cove to Stove. Yeah, surprisingly, they do not own a bookstore. Yeah, more King in Yellow and Swan's Way. Taming the Sea. 51 Tales. Oh, hey, Wolfie. So, oh, wine bottles. Oh yeah, this is the...
Edie's father, Odin, built the original house.
Okay. And this is Barbara's room.
Barbara was a child star for 2 years, until America grew out of it.
Yeah, well, I also posted a link in the Professor Geek Facebook, so I don't know. I think they might have chose Batman over Edith. But yeah, this is the original house. Well, it's actually something I kind of noticed this playthrough. Oh, look at these sharks. Wait, actually, I think that may be a whale. Yeah, I think that may be a whale shark. And yeah, it's a whale shark. You can tell by the pattern and the shape. Good news is they're kind of gentle giants, so if you see one, you're not automatically food. Oh, and a train underwater.
Lewis told me there were secret passages, but I never believed him.
Reminds me of a bit of Spirited Away. Well, why not? There's so many books over here. And
Turns out,
kind of weird
my mom was really good at keeping secrets. Now it was time to find out what my mom had been afraid of. From the paintings on the wall, it was clear my brother Milton had been here before me.
Yeah.
Reading this, maybe it sounds like I had a plan.
Yeah, and if anyone's interested, there is another game. That kind of, by the same developers, called...
But I had no idea what was behind that
The
door.
Unfinished Swan, which has been theorized is actually
like I had
partly
no
Milton's
idea where
story.
All this was gonna lead.
No, I've not heard of Oxenfree.
I grew up looking at Molly's room through the peephole. Molly's gerbil had a tiny bedroom with its own even tinier gerbil cage.
Oh. Let's see what books Molly had. Bedbug, 9 Lives, The Tale of Tales, Call of the Wild, Beast of Nature. Monsters of the Deep. Hey, that's a Square Enix video game.
Being inside for the first time, I felt like I'd stepped behind a painting.
Yeah, could you just imagine being 10 years old and this being your bedroom? Oh, I love the wardrobe. Not digging the mask though, it's a little bit creepy. Oh, look at the ant farm. I don't think the ants are still alive though. Oh, and there's a jellyfish on her bed. But I can't tell if that's just the mattress or just how the quilt was done. Oh, and there's that little hobby horse. And another baby stroller. Yeah, for some reason there's a bunch of toy strollers in this game. And there's a rocking horse. And starfish. Well, at least now we know where the insects came from. And that is a dead Christmas tree. Oh, they even left her old calendar up. But it is well dusted. Can you open the chest at the end of her bed? Hold on. No, it's not gonna let me. Let's read her.
I got the sense Edie had spent a lot of time here.
Well, Molly was her first daughter. Well, her first child.
Dear Diary, I'll be gone soon, but I wanted to tell somebody about what's gonna happen.
Okay.
It started when Mom sent me to bed without dinner. I woke up and I was starving, so I looked around for something to eat.
Okay.
The gerbil food was dry, but I didn't mind it.
Well, at least she didn't eat the gerbil.
I kept eating and eating.
Okay. I don't think I'd ever get that hungry. Oh, look at that radiator. Actually, after eating a piece of it, I'd probably throw up.
I ate a lot of things that night.
Yeah, I would not have put that in a kid's bedroom. Wow, she had her own bathroom.
Then I heard chirping outside my window.
Actually, I'm gonna see if Mom will let us out.
Mom, can I come out now?
Sweetheart, it's late. Go to sleep.
It was a barn swallow going back to her nest. I reached out for her. And suddenly, I was a cat. I tried to be quiet, but the bird was really scared.
I'm trying to remember how to get over there. Well, I wouldn't blame it. You're trying to eat her. Oh dear. Let's see. Let's see. Now keep in mind they also had a pet cat named Molly. Where'd that swallow go?
Mom and Dad didn't even look at me.
Where'd it go?
I jumped and I almost got her.
Where'd it go? Where'd it go? Oh, nice treehouse.
I could tell she was getting really tired. Now I was up in the big tree. I promised Dad I wouldn't climb it anymore. All I cared about was eating that mama bird.
Yeah, it could have been avoided if you'd have given her some food.
I gobbled her up. And suddenly, I was an owl. First, all I heard was the wind. Then I heard little teeth nibbling in the grass.
Yeah. She can kind of transform, but this is more of a hallucination. Yeah, it gets very weird. Okay, where are they? Where are they? Yeah, I can never get these rabbits in one go.
I imagined his face looking up and seeing mine through my talons. I swallowed him up, and I didn't chew one bit. Then I flew off to find something bigger.
Yeah, I would not suggest that.
A mama rabbit. She was almost too big to carry. I started choking, but I couldn't stop eating. And suddenly, I was a shark.
Oh. Yeah. A great white, no less. Well, at least they did make her a girl shark.
I rolled off a cliff and into the ocean. Now, I was hungrier than ever.
Yeah, this game probably partially inspired the game that came out this year, Maneater. My little seals or whatever I'm supposed to eat.
I wanted fat, juicy seals.
Oh, come on. this is probably my least favorite part of the game. Yeah, it does.
Off a flipper, and it tasted really good.
Okay. Where'd it go? Oh yeah, speaking about Maneater, if you have a PlayStation 5 and PlayStation Plus, you can actually get Maneater this next month. Where is that seal? And I'm probably going the wrong way. Oh, there it is.
I grabbed on tight. When I was so hungry, I jumped out of the water. When I opened my eyes, everything had changed. Now I was a monster, and I smelled people everywhere.
Yeah, now we're a people-eating monster, and no, we are not a Wendigo. Oh, look, there's another old truck.
I was big, but I moved real quiet.
Oh, darn. But also, I didn't. And this is why you're not. And this is why you can never drink on the job.
Passenger.
Pay attention to your surroundings.
And to cross the water, I smelled something new. Something I had to have, so I swam towards it.
And this is where it gets really dark with Molly.
I slithered onto the sand, and the good smell went into an old pipe.
Does this look familiar to you?
I got closer and closer. All my stomach started growling.
Yep.
And suddenly, I was me again. I held my breath for a long time, but I couldn't hear anything. I think it's waiting for me to fall asleep. But it's not going to wait much longer. It needs to be, and we both know I will be delicious.
Yeah, now that is very creepy.
I'm not sure if I believed all of that, but I'm sure Edie would have.
Oh yeah, there's a picture of Molly. And there she is, and there's her portrait. Yeah, this is why I say the portrait is kind of foreboding. As well as the cat ears.
This will be obvious later, but my mom never told me any of these stories. Edie would have, but Mom didn't like bringing up the past. Though, when we adopted a stray kitten, she was the one who named it Molly.
Yeah. Who knows, maybe...
I spent a lot of time in Great-Grandma Edie's room.
Oh, look at all the bird cages. With fake birds. Or possibly past birds that they had. Yeah, this was past birds that they had. I remember, well, we'll get to the cemetery later, but we'll see some of these names again.
Louis died a week before we left, but Edie had already started to memorialize him.
Yeah.
Edie knit me a new pair of gloves every year, just in time to replace the old ones.
And there's her bed, and another oxygen tank. Okay, I know that they would have taken the oxygen tanks away.
Her room was like a museum.
Oh, look. Oh. And there's a dollhouse. And Hammer's various family members. Memories of death and thereafter. The mysterious death and thereafter. The mysteries of death. By Edith Finch. And is that? Does that little figure kind of look like one of the seven dwarves? Except no eyes and missing some color? Edith Finch joining in the Great Majority, a novel. Okay, Odin was apparently a writer. Span and Edie. Tales from the Beyond. All Memory. The Magic Mountain. Mummification. The Princess and the Goblin. I think that's actually an animated movie. The Odyssey.
For 500 years, the Finches have been famous throughout Norway for their fortune and misfortune.
Okay.
Odin Finch buries the latest victims of the family curse, his wife Ingeborg and their newborn son, Johan. On January 7th, 1937, he set sail with his family and his house, hoping to leave the curse behind.
Yeah, this is the original house that they talked about earlier.
But 40-foot waves off the coast of Washington send the house and Odin to the bottom of the sea. Odin's daughter Edie, with husband Sven and baby Molly, step ashore on their new home, Orcas Island. Does. Odin Finch is the first to be buried in the new family cemetery.
And we'll actually get to see this later.
His daughter Edie is already dreaming of a new Finch house.
And there we go.
Whatever's wrong with this family, it goes back a long ways.
Yeah, but they didn't add the son. Well, the newborn. Norwegian folktales and Birds of the Pacific Northwest. Yeah, they got tons of duplicates. And I actually think I remember having a quilt like that.
Edie gave a big interview about a mole man living under the Finch house. My mom was furious.
Yeah, we'll get to that later.
I hadn't thought of myself as Edith Jr. for a long, long time.
Oh yeah, she was named after her grandmother.
One summer, they evacuated the island, but Edie refused to go. For a few weeks, she was a celebrity.
The Jungle Book. Okay. Yeah, there are some real titles mixed in all this. Oh yeah, and there we go. built the house in 1937.
When Edie told people Sven was killed by a dragon, she could also have said he was building a dragon-shaped slide that collapsed. She could have, but she didn't.
Yeah. Yeah. I know it's not funny, but we find out that Edith liked to, well, Edie liked to exaggerate. Oh, look at this desk, by the way. And the more I look at those figures, the more they do look like dwarves. What do you guys think? It does look like a really cool looking slide though.
Even in her 90s. Sometimes Edie seemed a lot younger than my mother.
Yeah, right there's the mom on the side, and Edie's in the bed, and then we have Edith right there. Dear sympathies. Oh. And here's the pink bathroom with the shag carpet.
The only trace Grandpa Sam's first wife Kay left on the house was the pink bathroom.
Yeah, if it was me,
it was a pretty big trace.
That's his, yeah. Jokes aside, yeah, it is hideous. If it was me and we got a divorce or something, and this was their contribution to the house, this would be the first thing to go. Oh, and I would not leave all that medication out. Then again, I have some cousins that aren't exactly trustworthy with medicine. What's going in a bathroom? I don't know. Actually, my sister's trailer, well, my sister's old trailer, they actually had wall-to-wall carpeting in every room except for the guest bathroom and the kitchen. The master bath had carpet. It wasn't pink carpet, but yeah, she well, I don't know. She kept trying to, well, she's planning to replace it out. She never did. I don't know why. Yeah, this just looks tacky. Wolfie says his mother would put carpet in the bathroom. Oh, yeah, mold. Okay. Yeah. There's a picture of the house being... There's a Secret in This Bathroom by Edith and by Sven and Edith Finch.
There's a secret in this bathroom. It's in the last place you would look. It isn't in the cupboard.
Oh, hold on.
It's hidden in this book.
Oh yeah, and those are the twins, Sam and Calvin. Okay, there's a... Okay, there's Sam. When he's older. Okay, and there's a... Oh, there's Calvin's grave. There's the swing. There's a deer. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this really has some hints on what happens. Milton again. Now, Grandpa Sam joined the army. He was a hunter. Captured the 5 Grand Generals, Fort Calvin, Fort Sam. Well, apparently they like to collect books. No, I've not played Little Nightmares yet.
I knew Grandpa Sam had a twin. And that he never talked about him.
Yeah, this half of the room is completely untouched.
I guess my grandpa didn't like history any more than my mom did.
Okay, the Hardy Boys. And the Finch. I cannot read the whole thing.
How I Want to Remember My Brother by Sam Finch. The thing I remember is that when he made up his mind, that was it. My brother said he'd die before he ate another mushroom. And he did. At Barbara's funeral, we swore we'd never be afraid again. And he wasn't. I think Calvin always wanted to fly.
Yeah.
Sam! Calvin! Dinner's ready!
Coming!
But that day, he finally made up his mind to do it.
Yeah, by this point they already
told him
lost
going around
Molly
was
and
impossible.
Barbara. We have not come to Barbara's story yet.
Maybe if I hadn't said that.
Calvin! I'm not gonna tell you again!
Maybe if the wind hadn't picked up. Then maybe he'd still be here. But I doubt it. I think he'd already made up his mind. That's what I want to remember about my brother.
Yeah, I don't think I would have put a swing right this area. He's missing a shoe. Well, his leg is actually in a cast already before this started. Oh, wait. Oh.
The day he made up his mind to fly. And he did.
Yeah, I think Calvin wanted to be an astronaut.
Calvin's story felt strangely familiar. When I was younger, I remember trying to do the exact same thing.
I think we all did at one point.
After the funeral, Edie roped off Calvin's half of the room.
Well, at least she didn't go to the extreme of
Mom said Grandpa Sam
sealing off
enlisted at
doors.
18 and never set foot in the room again.
I don't think I blame him.
passages were a pretty tight fit. They'd obviously been built for smaller hands and bellies.
Well, yeah, we'll need to go through there later. Milton again.
Growing up, I always thought of Barbara as a child star.
Yeah, in that pose, she looks a lot like Shirley Temple. Though it seems like this is the only movie she was in. My Friend Bigfoot. Oh, she had her own doll. I guess those were fan letters. Oh, actually won some awards. Swan Lake. There's a diner uniform. Oh, nice dress. Yeah, the Hollywood sign, except it says Barbara. And there's another diner uniform. Oh, and look at all those Broadway posters. Penelope's. There's a record player. Let's see what this bookshelf has. The Hollywood Workout. And Greek Tales. Oh, okay. Oliver Twist. Well, Oliver Twist. Great poems of the 1800s. Little Women. The Red Carpet. A Better You. The Hollywood Workout. Yeah, I think there's at least there's at least 3 or 4 Hollywood Workout books on this bookshelf. As well as the Red Carpet and Greek Tales. Masters of Cinema. The Poets, The Odyssey. You're a Star.
I never thought about how hard it must have been for her afterwards.
Yeah. Most child stars don't have problems later on. Is that old pizza? How's that thing now molded to death, covered in flies? Ugh. And it had birthday candles. Oh, look, an old rotary phone. Surprisingly, it's not pink. Oh, and look at that cat clock. Well, I think it's been here since she died. Strange Labyrinth, a film by Lady Gregory. And there's Barbara, and I guess her work uniform.
Of all the stories people wrote about Barbara's death, I'm surprised Edie saved this one.
Yeah.
Oh, Jack,
now this one, I think the professor would get a kick out of.
Inspired by America's most unfortunate family. I'm calling it The Surprise Ending of Barbara Finch. As a child star, Barbara was famous for her scream. Now at 16, she was all washed up, a has-been. But in a lucky break, she'd been asked to perform her signature scream at a local convention for monster movie fans. It was just the boost her career needed. Unfortunately, her scream hadn't aged well.
Getting better.
Well, your voice does change as you get older.
Motivation.
Her biggest fan and current boyfriend, Rick, was about to demonstrate when...
Now that was a great scream.
It was Barbara's father, Sven. He'd slipped into a table saw and had to be rushed to the emergency room. So Barbara got stuck babysitting her youngest brother, Walter. Her convention comeback was cancelled.
Okay, I'm hearing frustration, but I'm not hearing terror. What if I tried...
Okay, where were Sam and Calvin when this happened?
That came from the basement.
You're right! Also, I loved your delivery on that. Why is your basement door locked?
Because my dad likes making puzzles and secret passages. Well, there's a key hidden in the music box. The secret is to keep winding and winding until finally the key pops out.
Thanks, babe. I'll be back in a sec.
20 minutes later, Rick hadn't returned. So Barbara went to look for him, right on cue. She reached for the music box. And as she wound the key, she listened for Rick, but the house was silent.
Yeah, we have to remember this later because that tells us how to open the basement.
She found Rick's crutch and imagined the worst.
How did they not get in trouble for using the Halloween theme? Oh yeah, and if you do have this game... game and motion comic. Yeah. Oh yeah, and there's a... If you do have this game, there isn't a... Wouldn't Rick had the key... That would make sense, but I think he might put it back. I don't know. I guess they put it back. I guess they don't want you to think too much on that. Okay, there's blood, but remember, Dad got hurt. Yeah. The handprint is kind of spooky, though.
The gang's leader is the infamous Hookman killer, Dr. Carl Hamill, who impaled and then ate his family 10 years ago tonight.
Oh, yeah. Oh. That is a very strange tone pole. Oh, and you can see where Dad got his hand cut. What? Oh, wait. Hold on. I think this is supposed to be Molly Lee or Barbara, and that's supposed to be Calvin.
It rattled and grew still.
Oh dear!
Oh!
Rick?
How did you you stay in there that long?
Relax. I was just
And
trying
how
to
did you
scare you
fit?
to help you find your scream.
Well, I'm not scared, Rick. I'm furious.
Then act furious. All I'm getting from you now is that you're hurt and confused and you're...
She threw him out, but she kept a little something to remember him by.
Barb, have you seen my other crutch?
And she was still holding it when she fell asleep watching the late picture show.
Oh yeah, this
Later.
and this playthrough might go a little late tonight.
Walter, what's going on up there? Ah! Okay, I'm coming up, but if this is a trick, you're dead, Walter.
Maybe pick some better wording. Oh, and now the coffee table's glass. Oh, and there's the old sofa. And look at that. Oh, yeah. And they don't have books piled everywhere yet. Okay, little brother, you okay?
Walter, are you there? Walter vanished, but his bedside radio was still on.
Orcas Island police describe the man as 6 feet tall, with a steel hook for a hand. Residents are urged to lock all doors and windows and notify the police of any suspicious activity.
Oh, and of course he's right
Bob
behind me.
returned, saw the hook man, and was speechless. He was quite smashing. And the trouble was, he couldn't get enough of Barbara.
Okay, Barbara, there's gotta be another way out of here.
Doll. Train set. Oh, this is already open. That's good.
Night, she played her part beautifully.
Oh, and here's a stylized version of Molly's room. Minus the memorial.
Molly's door hadn't been opened in years. The hinges groan. He wasn't moving. But
Well,
she
at least now we
sensed
know why they
the
replaced the
story
coffee table.
over yet.
Well, and how is he not bleeding? There should be at least some blood. Oh, he's gone.
Had vanished. She listened for his breathing, but all she heard was... At the door, she heard whispering. It was coming from inside the house.
Uh-oh.
Oh dear.
Thank you, but how'd you see what all
Come to
done?
surprise her. For Barbara, it was a dream come true. Then she saw what kind of monsters they were, and she realized what was about to happen. She was going to be famous. And with her final breath, Barbara Finch gave the performance of her life. I wasn't there myself, but I hear Barbara magnificent.
Well, at least they didn't say delicious.
She had a taste for stardom. But unfortunately, so did her fans. Of course, the police blamed it all on poor Rick, who disappeared the same night. And little Walter, hiding under his bed the whole time. He took it all pretty hard, but that's another story.
Yeah, I'm still wondering where the other two brothers were doing all this. Because they would have, well, they would have both been alive. Okay, now that'd just be creepy.
I call a real eerie tale.
And of course they end it with a bad pun.
Edie told me all Barbara wanted was to be remembered, as absurd as that comic was. Maybe what Edie saw was a happy ending.
Oh, and there's another dress. It's a bit more modern, though. I actually think I kind of like this one better. Let's go in here.
I guess now I know why Mom didn't like me playing with the music box.
Okay, and now we go back downstairs. Oh, wait, oh, they also had their own mail slots. And Milton's is empty. Sorry, that's a detail I didn't really haven't noticed before. The spirit among us. Yeah. We're about to find out what happens to Walter. Oh, I think... Oh, this might have been inspired by the movie. Okay, there's the pool table. Good to see that hasn't changed. I don't really like the washer and dryer though. They look just a little off.
Mom said the basement was off limits, unless I wanted another tetanus shot.
And there's no blood on this saw table. And oh. Yeah, it's just a small thing but it kind of bugs me. Sven. Oh, there's there's the prototype of the dragon slide. And more dwarfs.
I saw Edie sneak down to the basement once, carrying packages. I thought maybe she was hiding presents.
Okay. What's in the fridge? Oh!
It turned out she was
It's a
hiding
door.
a lot more than that.
Yeah, I'm guessing this was done when
I remember
Sven was
asking
still
Mom once
alive.
about where Walter had gone. She said after Barbara died, he got as far away as he could.
Oh, look at all this food. Alvin's cereal. This one has koalas on it.
If there's a pattern in all these stories...
Tea. Soup. Jiggly Farms Concord Grape Jelly. Peanut butter. Creamy and ketchup, I think. Water. Tasty beans. A lot of tasty beans. Yeah, it should be emergency butter. Sweetie crisps. Yeah, there's a lot of food in here.
I think it's that none of us has gotten very far.
Oh, there's Walter. And those are the only cans of peaches over here.
Goodbye, everyone. I can't believe I've been down here for 30 years. On that first day, after the shaking started, I didn't think I'd survive a week. But after a few days, I settled into a routine. That's what kept me sane. Having a schedule, living for today.
Hey, dude, be careful, you can get cut.
I always expected to be dead tomorrow. But if you wait long enough, you get used to anything. Even a monster on the other side of a door starts to feel normal. Almost friendly.
Wait, don't do that. That's a sharp edge.
And then one day, everything just stopped.
2005.
Whatever that thing was, it was gone.
Oh, yeah, couldn't you have gotten
Maybe you got tired
talk to your mom to get you an
waiting.
electric can opener by now?
Or maybe I just got tired of being afraid.
Like, peaches every day for 30 years at
It's been a week now. The longest in 30 years. I'm done waiting.
Good for you.
I have to leave. Well, I still can.
Yeah, you gotta love how some of these stories show you how to move forward in the game. Oh, there's even more stuff down here. And books.
I know it's out there, somewhere. Whatever killed Barbara. And Molly.
Was it the same thing, though?
And Calvin.
Calvin fell off a cliff.
Maybe this is all a mistake. But I need to stop living the same day, even if it kills me. Whatever's out there, I want you to know I'm ready for it. I'm going
Good for
to
you.
appreciate all of it.
Finally moving
especially
on.
the food. I don't mind if I only have a year left. Or a month. Or a single week. I'd be happy with one new day. I can already imagine the sun on my face.
Walter died when I was 6. I can't believe my mom never told me he was down here.
Well, if she told you...
I'm sure my mom was trying to protect me.
Yeah. And silk flowers and a painting are nothing for sunlight and real flowers. He got hit by a train. He was walking on the tracks. He thought well, the train had stopped. And he...
Maybe she was afraid I'd end up like Walter.
The dark defense, warding any away spirits, chamber, train modeling, ghost trapping, food of the world. Oh, same books again. Malevolent monsters. 101 survival techniques. Echoes from afar, the Finch curse. Barbara Finch, child star. Yeah, I mean, as crazy as things have been this year, I guarantee there's probably somebody that's going to say Walter was probably doing the right thing.
I can only imagine what else she was hiding.
But on the other hand, he wasted 30 years of his life being afraid of death or a monster.
I don't want to make the same mistakes she made.
There is his trash dump for all his old food. Finally, some flies. How much food is down here? Man,
trying to bury something that's still alive. Now that there's only one of us left, or maybe 2, I thought it was time I heard the stories for myself. And found out what happened to everyone else.
That is a good question. Probably not.
But now I'm worried the stories themselves might be the problem. Maybe we believed so much in a family curse, we made it real.
Yeah, there's where he was hit by the train. Well, at least we don't have to worry about Edith getting hit by a train right here. So...
I don't know if I should even be writing this. Maybe it'd be better if all this just died with me. But I thought you should know about your family. And the history you're a part of.
Oh, and you might be able to see the old house right here.
Though to be honest, I feel as lost as you probably do right now.
See, up here.
I think the people in these stories believed them, for what that's worth.
Okay, I am going to call BS and say that these would not be working after so long. I mean, even if there were solar lights, oh yeah, they are solar lights. Solar lights normally have a battery. 3 that, and then would not be coming on like that. They'd actually start coming on as soon as it started getting darker.
And when you look at the house, that history of imagination and stubbornness and madness, any of it seems possible.
Okay, this potting soil would be torn to shreds by now. There we go. Trash only.
I think we've been surrounded by death for so long, we've just gotten used to it.
Oh, there's another bicycle. And that's supposed to be a bottle of whiskey.
What kind of family finishes building a cemetery before starting the house?
Good question.
It's embarrassing for me to admit this, but the pet cemetery made me more uncomfortable than the human one.
Well, you have a lot more.
3 of the gerbils were mine, and 2 had been my fault.
See, Zoe, Coco, Tucker, Charlie, Daisy, Lucy, Dorothy. Yeah, a bunch of birds. Bob, Oliver, Shadow, Christopher. Hey, where's the other cat? Molly. Yeah, there should be another grave for the cat on it. Maybe that's hers. For that one. Yeah, I can't see some of the names.
Sven built the house, but it was Edie who designed the cemetery.
Molly, the little girl, not the cat. Oh, hey, was that a Friday the 13th? Hold on, I'm gonna look up something real quick. Okay, it actually was a Saturday. Still, if it'd been a Friday, that would have been a little bit freaky. Calvin. And Sven. And Edith. Walter. I think I would put a train, but I guess that'd be disrespectful. Oh yeah, something about, oh yeah, and Barbara. She actually died on her 16th birthday. Halloween. Which I guess makes the Halloween theme during her story a little bit.
I'm sure Odin's monument had been Edie's idea. My mom was always trying to move on,
no.
But for Edie, the past never went away.
Yeah, you can get the feeling of that. Yeah, you can tell that's supposed to be her, Sven, and Molly. And there's part of the old house, and
she could see it poking out of the water at low tide.
Yeah.
Edie said she dreamed about the old house every night.
Well, that's probably where she grew up. Yeah, there's the old house. I'm surprised that wood's still intact. I guess old Odin did a good job building it.
But the older I get, the more I can see where my mom was coming from.
Yeah.
Her dad had been pretty strict, but it wasn't enough to save her brothers. She was just trying to do better.
Yeah, they died about a year apart. And actually, he died a year before what would be my birthday. I mean, died the day before would have been my birthday. Kind of weird. Oh, hey, it was nice of you to show up, Wolfie. Sorry, this is going.
She lost two of her brothers, just like I did. I get why she tried so hard to protect us.
Yeah.
We never found Milton's body, so my mom insisted we were putting up a monument, not a tombstone.
Oh, night netter. I'm gonna. I don't know. I may call it a night here and finish next week since everyone's clocking out. Yeah, I may start an hour earlier just to finish this off. And thanks for showing up. And we'll finish this New Year's. Well, in the new year. Night, guys.